favorite phrase. I love saying that phrase. There's just something about it. I feel like it's such a... I feel so proud of myself for having thought of it. And even though I say it every single time, it's like, I've said it before, it's like, I still feel proud. I'm like, yeah, good job, Wardy. There's a good one the time you thought of that. Again, Shook Nasty 69 as well for the 3 months. Thank you very much. Enjoy your nice little purple sub badge for the next few months. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, dude. Thank you very much indeed. Lots of love today, guys. Lots of cheers, lots of donations, actually. Lots of resubs, too. Appreciate from all y'all. I'm going full Texas there. All y'all. All y'all. I can't even do it now when I'm trying to do it again. God damn it. I tried, though. I tried. We tried, fam. Alright. So, let's go into this, best free. Really? This server hate me this much? Man, this is kind of annoying. I have like 200 ping, which is like fairly normal if you're assuming it's hosted in like Texas, right? So my ping's not too high. I really don't know. Laser Sec on the chat. My RAM is not very happy with the amount of StarCraft going on, but can still push it out 10 to 15% more. Oh, you guys got some passion. I used to love... did I do the intros, by the way? Let's do the intros quickly. Top left, Team Liquid's TLO. Did open with the earlier pool, so we'll see how that turns out for him against the Hatch Gas pool of PandaBearMe from OSC Route to the bottom right-hand side. Yeah, I used to love the days. I mean, obviously I still love the days, but it's not quite the same because usually I'm casting, so I can't really do it. But I used to love the days of watching like 7 different streams like of WCS qualifiers and jumping around trying to find games and keeping up to date with everything. It's really fun. It's like one of the best things in these sort of events. And I mean, obviously in DreamHacks too. You know, it's actually crazy. I think it's the first time I've casted DreamHack in like so long. I'm trying to think back to the last time, because a lot of the later DreamHacks last year was the WCS Championships, which they didn't need community casters for. Whereas, and then I went to a couple of DreamHacks last year as well that weren't the championships. So it feels like it's been forever since I've done a DreamHack cast. Probably like Austin last year was my last one, I think. These things going to nibble their way through this hatchery, by the way. And it's a cancel over here, and TLO actually looks as though he's going to save the cancel over on his side of the map. This is a big ZvZ, by the way. Decided match. Fear went out of the group in last place, unfortunately. But yeah, big decided match right now between the players. $1,000 to the winner of this series, and they, of course, play in the round of 32 as well, which is a huge deal. Also, that round of 32 is... I mean, you just continue in the tournament. Obviously, you don't want to go out the series before you make the money and you have a chance to play for even more money. Because actually, the way the groups could work in the round of 32, you could also get a pretty decent group in the round of 32, I think. I think there's that possibility of hitting like a group, which is very winnable because, you know, you got players coming in from challenger leagues around the world, so arguably there's going to be some weaker players than the players that come out of the round of, what round is this? Round of 48? No, round of 30, 16 plus 32, round of 48, yeah, round of 48. Feelings going up the right-hand side as well here, looking to see what else is going on. I'm just going to be seeing the... Again, just having a look to see what's up and what is happening. Again, a few things running around. Nothing too crazy at the moment. Hey, there's nothing wrong with running Windows 7, guys. Windows 7, I was on Windows 10, and I got rid of it to get Windows 7 because Windows 10 just broke everything. Oh, PandaBearMe just ran into a Bane lane. Man, TLO is having so many moments today. Like, he's hitting so many crucial phone calls. He's hitting so many big Bane hits. It's been fun to watch his games because, man, every single one of them has had those exciting moments. Do you see one lane chasing forwards will pick up a Bane lane there. And again, I think TLO just finding the better trades in these early stages. You know, he's not necessarily, like, taking a massive game winner for night. That was actually really nice from PandaBearMe, keeping that drone alive as a spore crawler. That was pretty clutch. But yeah, everything just in general seemed to go TLO's way. You know, he cancelled the third hatchery. He's gotten some better lane trades throughout the game and just traded that little bit better to just push him up. Foul workers in the lead, you know. and little bits and pieces like that. Now we do see PandaBearMe going into the evolution chamber. The lair is on the way. TLO's lair just a little bit later here. I wonder if he plays the Spire. We don't see any sign of a roach troll. We don't see any sign of an Evo chamber. So Spire definitely a possibility. Nice connection with the Baneling. PandaBearMe just cleaning up and keeping his third base nice and safe. It's just going to be seeing the, again, just kind of a game calming down for a few moments here, and both players just setting themselves up. Okay, there was a roach troll and Evo chamber down. My apologies, I must have just missed that completely. Or it's kind of weird because, like, if you're just one person, you look at the production tab at the wrong time. You know, maybe you just look when the roach troll and Evo chamber just finished, and the last time you looked was like just before they started. So I actually really didn't think they'd been built at all. But TLO does have them, so it is just going to be a fairly standard +1 roach speed sort of build out of him. Building up some roaches already. I mean, he's already on a worker lead. He's now getting into an army lead. PandaBearMe with some Banes on the right-hand side of the map. We'll be looking to try and connect into a mineral line. Hopefully we'll be getting some damage, because he needs something here to start pulling himself back into this game a little bit. It's not been a pretty few minutes for him. And again, he's just been falling a bit further behind as the game continues on. There's now a couple of Lings just sitting down in towards the center of the map. Some Roaches joined up together as well. A couple of Ravagers too. And one more Ravager is going to start morphing on in. More Roaches on the way out. 7 of them on the production tab as we speak. We're just going to be seeing that. Again, a few more Roaches just joining on up. Here we go. Bane's going to run in towards the mineral line. TLO pulls away in time, though, and it's going to be very minimal damage unless he doesn't keep on moving, which he does. Wow. At most, 1 drone died. Not 2 because we have Game Heart on, right? Yeah. At most, 1 drone died. Insane. TLO, really solid defense here, and as Roach Speed kicks in, he's going to start moving across the map, and I mean, yeah, PandaBearMe's got Roach Speed. Yeah, he's got +1 attack, but TLO just has like a 20-30 army supply at any point of time here. Like, it's kind of insane. And coming across to attack, I mean, yes, defender's advantage. Yes, there's a chance for PandaBearMe to defend here, but it feels as though TLO just has so much. Here we go, fight will begin. Corrosive Bile initially from PandaBearMe will miss, and TLO, I love that. Target firing down a Ravager. Will walk into a couple of Biles, and actually his Ravager's getting very low because of it, but you can just see the numbers advantage already shining through for our German Zerg player pushing on forwards. And he knows when to pull back as well. Some of his units getting low. We'll just pull back, reinforce a little bit, get some healthier units here. And just come back in with everything perhaps, or just wait for some regeneration to go down on these lower health units. These units going to pull back up to the left-hand side Watchtower. Few Corrosive Biles will drop, and that Overlord will indeed get sniped on down right there. Unfortunately, that Overlord won't get much of a chance to live. Still, again, plenty of Roaches. A good chunk of Ravagers going to move on forwards. A Changeling is moving around a little bit. Will get shot on down right there as the Roaches get themselves a nice little pickup, just shutting down some vision of PandaBearMe. Army supplies have evened up quite a bit, actually. But we are missing a Burrow and a Tunneling Claws upgrade from PandaBearMe, which does mean that TLO's army is, you know, he basically, TLO stopped investing in army for a few moments, but he will gain advantages for it later. And that's going to be apparent. And so he'll be the one who's going to be trying to be aggressive like True was in that previous sort of setup. Roaches and Ravagers going to pull now over to the left-hand side of the map. Again, a good chunk of units over here as it's going to be seeing the Watchtower being taken by a little Changeling. Not too long though, and nice Corrosive Biles will pick up the Overlord kill as well. One of the nice things about TLO being out on the map here are these kind of Overlord kills which he's getting. It's just map control. It just means that he's the one that can be forcing PandaBearMe into the wrong positions and into the wrong fights at any point in time. And again, I mean, sniping down Overlords is also very effective and very annoying for PandaBearMe. Hits the supply block now just before being maxed out, for example. That ain't pretty, that ain't fun. Big link counter-attack, but from PandaBearMe and TLO has nothing really in position to defend. There's one Queen, one Spine, but the Spine is not really in the best locations. And so these, this is going to be kind of annoying, but here we go. Fight will start up over here. PandaBearMe starts to cuddle up with TLO's Roaches very quickly. TLO and Burrows' Roaches that we're going to try and run by, and we'll use them to create a bit of a better flank. And you can just see as TLO keeps on running forwards, he has just got too much. PandaBearMe was trying to fight with the +2 advantage, and actually in the end, PandaBearMe has more than I thought he did. Some of his Roaches blended into the creep there towards the end, and actually will come out and be able to push this away. A few Roaches burrow, and TLO will start to begin looking for some harassment. Alright, well, PandaBearMe obviously just jumping on the opportunity to take a fight with an upgrade lead. And he has cleaned out all the Ravagers of TLO. That's something TLO doesn't really have gas to invest back into right away. And TLO with so many Overlords on the map, he has to be careful of those Corrosive Biles that are now available to PandaBearMe. 3 roaches are going to unburrow and just run in towards the main base mineral line. More than anything, just a distraction, you know, going to pull some roaches away, keep PandaBearMe busy while he moves into the rest of the map. And PandaBearMe tries to get a run by, but they're just running into reinforcements of TLO. That ain't pretty. And that's a lot of those roaches going down for no real gain at all. 4th base also killed here, and that's a big benefit as TLO once again taking the supply lead, putting use to that burrow and the tunneling claws just to get able to regen those roaches nice and quickly as well. As there is a couple of those overlords we mentioned earlier, being a little bit out in the middle of nowhere, popping on up. TLO getting into position once again. Again, I think PandaBearMe just sort of caught TLO off guard in that fight. Some of TLO's roaches were burrowed, ready to go and harass, so he wasn't ready to come in with all of his units at the same time, and he was down an upgrade. And the surround in the end from TLO doesn't matter too much, because all of PandaBearMe's roaches are fighting anyways. Yes, it stops them from retreating, but if PandaBearMe has enough, then that really isn't all that influential, as those roaches are going to burrow once again. And still, this queen just working his way through, and will pick up the kill on this overlord up in the skies. TLO still fighting, shutting down run by his left, right, and center. I mean, we didn't really mention it, but we saw it on the screen. This third hatch being picked off is a huge deal as well, and as he's about to lose his natural, PandaBearMe doesn't even get to take another fight. He's just going to get forced. Let me just very quickly check the when group stage 3 starts, by the way. Is it in an hour? Yeah, it is in an hour. Wow. Very limited downtime today, actually. Alright, let's jump into this. Let's have a little bit of a look to see what's going to happen in Game 2 of this series. Top left-hand side, the green Zerg player is going to be Team Liquid's TLO. And to the bottom right, it is going to be the blue Zerg from OSC route, PandaBearMe. How are you all doing in the chat, guys? I will just say it once again. Of course, if you're enjoying the stream and enjoying the casting, don't forget to hit the follow. I do live cast here on the channel pretty much every single day. If I'm not here on the channel, I'm probably somewhere else. For example, yesterday I was casting on Base Trade. But I primarily cast on here pretty much every day, some StarCraft 2 content. So if you're enjoying the casting, hit that follow button and see when I'm live in the future. If you want to support further, check out the sub options, the donation options, and all the rest, because every little bit that you do to support me helps me to keep bringing you guys awesome StarCraft 2 content on a nice, super regular basis. Isn't that wonderful? Nice regular basis. Yeah, it's wonderful. Yeah, happy faces all around. Alrighty. Game number 2 of this best of 3. What's going on then? Early, initially, not really anything too ridiculous, I would say. Hatch gas pool on either side. Players going to mirror each other. TLO a little bit later on the gas, but only by about 30 gas or so, which, you know, is going to be what? I mean, 10 to 15 seconds where he's going to be slower on speed. And he might, well, PandaBearMe is going to stick completely in gas. We'll see if TLO here is going to pull out. In fact, he never even went fully in, apparently. TLO. That could have been a bit of an innuendo, couldn't it? Doesn't even need to go all the way in, man. He's just that good. That was a little bit too dirty, even for me. Alright, third hatchery is going to be popping on down right here. Chat, channel your energy for TLO, said Badrocks. I want the Ling to win. Is that a local Ling, Adzi? That's a locals emote, right? I'm trying to remember which Ling is whose. Everyone has different Zerglings, man. They're all like based off the Carbot Zergling, and they're all just like slightly different. It's hard to keep up with the times. It's difficult. The local Ling's pretty new though, if I'm not mistaken. It's like one of his newer emotes. Everyone just got so many more emotes. I spent so much money on emotes in this past month, it's crazy. That's why I have no money, because I've spent so much money on emotes. It's crazy. It's actually ridiculous. Like, we just got a whole bunch of emotes made/remade to like really freshen up the sub experience. And then they announced that we're getting even more emote slots. It's like, yeah, even more money to spend on emotes. Woohoo! We're actually about like 10-ish subs away from one more emote slot. It's just pretty neat. More emotes continue to come in. I actually have emotes already made to put them into position when we unlock them, which we will. I believe in us. We're going to get back up to our golden days of 200 subs. We'll get back there. We're going to fight through. We're going to make it, guys. We're going to make it happen. Let's talk about the game, because right now PandaBearMe is really not making that many drones. A lot of Lings. He's going to attack through the left-hand side. Much later, third hatch for him as well. I mean, Queen nicely walled in with the new, newly built Rotron here. I'm just going to see again those couple of Banes looking to see what they can do, but yeah, not really too much, I guess. Neither player doing anything too significant there, actually. And TLO is just 10 workers up, just from kind of not really. I mean, yeah, he's defending, but like not really. You know, PandaBearMe doesn't even really seem to be making it difficult for TLO. Maybe now, as we see more Lings and Banes coming in, it's just being slow paced because TLO's had enough Lings and Banes to defend. I mean, this one Queen's maybe in a little spot of trouble, but I think it'll still survive. The Banes can't really commit either because there's more Queens coming through. Solid defense by TLO, and PandaBearMe is taking the opportunity to catch up in workers, but it's still a good minute or so where TLO has had that worker lead, had the income advantage, and that's obviously a nice little thing to have. So unfortunately for PandaBearMe, he's going to have to start waddling on back home with these Banes. I mean, at least he kept those Banes alive. Better have these 4 Banes now than have to spend the gas on them later if he needs them defensively. So that was nice getting away with those, but I mean, we're looking for kind of, you know, we're really kind of digging deep to find some sort of advantage of the last few moments. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I mean, he's kind of, you know, up on workers now. He's going to be ahead for a couple of moments. You know, TLO is going to grab it back. They're going to trade worker counts right now, but again, it's just that small amount of time where TLO was in the lead on workers. It will just give, you know, him that slight advantage. His +1 starts a bit faster. His Lair's a bit slower, though. And that's PandaBearMe, who'll have the slightly faster roach speed available to him. And we saw one game already today where TLO got into a bit of a sticky situation where he was attacking before his roach speed finished, and while his opponent did have roach speed, and didn't lose in the game, but that possibly was theirs. Uh-oh, Banes. And a few Lings right away there, and going to get another couple as well towards the end. This Bane's going to try and come up from TLO, but it's a good block by PandaBearMe. Good defense in the end. And as TLO, he's going to have to waddle those Banelings all the way back home. But in the meantime, I mean, he's gone into the 4th base. He's getting a worker lead as well. 9 workers up. Army supply is still pretty even on either side. And again, the upgrade's going to be... I guess the upgrade's a little bit further apart, but on what? Does this overlay really not tell us any times on upgrades? That's so frustrating. Why won't you let me check how long there's left? Alright, well this one's halfway done from PandaBearMe and from TLO. It's about to finish, so it's what, like 45, 50-ish seconds ahead? Something along those lines. So TLO with a good portion of time here where he's going to be a little bit ahead on the upgrade. Well, probably not 45, maybe more between 30 and 45. But a good amount of time where he's ahead on this upgrade, and he's just going to be able to obviously open up some time in windows. Maybe not with the +1, but with the +2, he will still be in the lead, and that's another time when he can look to hit. I mean, without the roach speed, it's difficult to get across the map, hit a time in window nice and quickly, but yeah, I mean, it's definitely a +2 sort of thing. I mean, it's always nice to have the upgrade lead in a mirror matchup, even if it's just for a few seconds, because those few seconds could be the moments which change the game. Like, it only takes one fight where you're in an upgrade lead for the first half of it to sway things into your favor quite heavily. I mean, we saw it in the last game. PandaBearMe was a little bit of a faster +2. He looked to take a fight, and he won that fight quite convincingly, pretty much because he had the +2, and it was only for, again, about 20 seconds, but he did find that opportunity. Seized it. Tried to press it into his advantage. Unfortunately, he wasn't enough to win him the game. Infest is on the way out now from TLO as well, and the same from PandaBearMe. Both of them with an exact same kind of ideology as to how they want to play out the ZvZ matchup, more or less. Just going up to their bases, 4th base coming down. A little bit of a different position for each player's 4th base. I'd say that TLO's is maybe just a little bit safer overall. Oh, the corrosive bile hits perfectly onto the Overseer. I mean, that's always cute. You always see players trying to, like, guess where the Overseer is going to go. You know, a lot of the time players can dodge out the way properly, and, you know, sometimes they, you know, it's just not very well placed because it's hard to guess. But that was bang on perfect from TLO. Could not have been placed better. Hits the Overseer dead center, and it falls right out of the sky. 11 more roaches still building as roaches, Ravagers from TLO. Getting ready to attack, actually. I mean, he's not really close to a +2 or anything, but he's going to burrow forwards with the Infestors, and that's a big fungal growth to get us started. A follow-up fungal is going to keep the units in position, and that is going to be goodbye Ravagers. I mean, now TLO is going to be in a fungal growth, but there's nowhere near as many corrosive vials available for PandaBearMe, and so TLO just leaps on an opportunity to burrow Infestors, just catching PandaBearMe with his pants down for a moment or two. And now he's going to chase away with his roaches of his own. He's going to grab a few kills. Man, that was a nice little opportunity seized, honestly, by TLO. Saw the chance, took it, ended up pretty well for him. We're upgrade about halfway done from PandaBearMe as well right now. He builds another couple of Infestors. Did he lose a couple in this fight? He did indeed, lost 3 of them. Wow, I didn't actually see those going down myself. I mean, they're probably on the screen, obviously, but just didn't quite notice it. But that's a pretty big deal. He's just going to be seeing corrosive bile. Well, I mean, he's just trying to break through these spine crawlers, and that's how confident TLO feels. And he's got the +2 upgraded advantage. We're talking about upgraded advantages in those timing windows. This is TLO making the great use of some of them right now. A bit of a weird burrow on the Ravagers. Maybe was not intended. Pulls away from the spines now. Explosive bars from PandaBearMe, very quickly thrown on down just to keep TLO at bay. +2 missiles will finish from Panda, and he will be able to tie things up a little bit in the game. But TLO, you've got to give it to him, has already created a good opportunity. And PandaBearMe on 79 workers is maybe just a few too many. Obviously will help him out considering he's not been trading as well if he's mining that little bit more, but it is going to mean his army is significantly smaller. And what's only a 20 supply disadvantage is actually, what, like, I mean, like 30, 40 army supply disadvantage just because he's still firing workers. Big fungal growth again, but no follow-up from TLO. There's a bit of an odd position to kind of catch a fungal in. A lot of his ravagers were already further down south. Let's see if he can catch another towards the front right now as PandaBearMe, he starts to throw in some more ravagers. I mean, that's just going to be roaches not really in the fight just yet. And by the time they finish morphing, they're going to be pretty much the only units left in the fight. And it's nice to have those ravagers. And hey, the fungal comes down, he hits a couple files. TLO has just taken good enough trades throughout this game though. GG's, he takes the 2-0. Now he followed TLO.